Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. And I will just do a little bit introduction about and a little bit talking about this today's session. The idea was just set up a little bit more positive intention for this year. And January usually is very from I don't know, is a sad month or not, is a new beginning, but everybody got different expectation, different goals, different things. But I think sometimes it's good just to go through the new year, go through this period of the time, depending when we are in the world, is just give our such a lovely place just to we can start the year and positive. And a little bit introduction by myself. My background is I'm a show jumper. I ride in comp in a quite like high level. And as a young rider, I had a scoliosis, and I know how important it is to that for me. I knew that I need to do additional sport, additional movement to improve my riding, improve my problems. That I started that time I was living in Poland because I'm coming from Poland. Uh, Nobody heard about Pilates, but I managed just to find some books, some exercises that really helped me to improve. And actually, I don't have a scoliosis anymore, and I didn't have any back pain for many years, and improve my riding. So then later in my life, I decided just to do some training because I know how important it is for athletes, for any age, just to add some additional sports. So my practice changing a lot and changed a lot. 5 years ago, I had a hip replacement surgery, and I find out Pilates is actually fantastic. It's a tool to every movement I do. But I also study so many different techniques to making sure we can give our bodies the best thing ever. So my practice is a mixture of connective tissue, mobility. So I try just to always, I love human body and I love diving deeper just to explore and give our bodies as much as possible. So that's today we're going to do a little bit combination. The idea of this class is on fire and flow, but sometimes very small movement with the intention, with the right approach, can create that fire, can create a deeper connection. So that's why today I just want to slightly slow down at the beginning and then maybe joining some movements together to create that lovely flow. But I also would like to, if we could introduce Fricada Retreat, Anna and Margie, and just talk a little bit more about the session as well, because this is our event, and we're not only talking about the movement, but we're also talking about very special events happening very soon. And we want to share what you can expect from that event and how it's different. And I will just give Anna a spotlight. So, Anna, do you or Margie, who?
Thank you, Aji. Yes, I can say a few words if you want.
So I change you as a host, so you can
Okay.
now hopefully see.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Again, my name is Anna. Um, I'm the host of Gather Retreats together with Margie. We've created this retreat with Aji for September in Antiparos Island. So we thought it might be a good idea to create an online event, something that we do together at the beginning of the year to start our year with intention, but also to give an idea to the people who are interested to join us or who maybe in the future want to join a retreat, to give an idea of how it is to be on a retreat with us, to ask any questions if you want towards the end of the class, and to have a little introductory chat. So I started this company 10 years ago when I returned from London because I originate from a small island called Kythnos. It's in Cyclades. So probably that's why I started the company due to my love of due to my love for the islands, and probably because I had too much gray in London. So I started inviting teachers that I love and teachers that I admired on the islands. And slowly, slowly, I built something like a company, a hub that brings people together where we can move, we can rest, we can have nice food, we can do excursions and whatever we want on the islands. Together with Margie, we have created an itinerary that takes us from the traditions of the island, the mythology, the things that we can do together, from hiking to boat trips to just resting on the beach, to walking in the little town of Antiparos. Antiparos is a small island just across Paros. You can easily access it by flying to Athens and then by taking a smaller plane to the island of Paros. From there, there is another even smaller boat to take you to Antiparos, and this is where we pick you up and we take you to our location. This is a private home, 5 different homes connected. They have a beautiful sala. There's a beautiful big terraces, long tables to share our discussions and food with our chef. Anyway, I don't want to say too much now because I don't want to keep you from your class. Towards the end of the session, we will have the time to say more things about the retreat, what is included, to ask more if you want. And we'll also share a promo code only for the people who are here today with us, a little discussion as a gift for those who attended the class. So thank you for giving the time to introduce myself and Ficada, and I'll see you at the end.
Thank
Thank
you
you,
so
Archie.
much, Anna. So I will spotlight my video again. See, I'm just, I think that's it. I'll move my, so you can see my mats. So everyone, I quite like to sitting on the block. If you don't have a block, it's absolutely fine. Just find the most comfortable position to sit for a moment. Really, absolutely up to you. Just make sure you feel nice and comfortable. And to be honest, I'm going to remove my top just because if you have a top over to your front of your, sorry, I'm just going to paint this, chest, I think would be good idea to remove so you can have access to it. So I hope you can, sorry, everyone, just trying to get organized here. So the idea here first is I feel like especially winter, especially when the months are a little bit colder, when we had so much to organize before Christmas, New Year, we have so much tension around the upper body. And I really, as I said before, I love working on the connective tissue. I love working on a little bit deeper layers in our bodies. So very often we're having back pain, shoulder, even hips, because our jaw, our shoulders, everything is connected. Our body is such an amazing maze of connection, and I would like to access those connection. So the first, I would like you just really slow down, thinking on the breath, and closing your eyes if that's comfortable for you. I would like you just to place your hands maybe on your chest bone or just in front of your chest in here. One hand, that's absolutely fine. Just take a big breath in, inhale, and see what's going on and what's happening across your chest, how your neck feeling, how your face feeling, how the jaw. Where we having, do we having any tension? If we're moving our head gently up or down, or maybe side to side, do we feeling any uncomfortable places? Do we feel any heaviness? Do we feel any tightness around? Take a moment just to allocate, see if anything happening in our, especially now upper body. So next, I want to just think of breathing more into your hands. So you're thinking of really lifting that chest bone, sternum up towards your hands. And when you're breathing out, you're trying just to take help that heaviness of your hand and the warmth of your hand melting your chest down. See, with that breath out, thinking of breathing in through your nose. And when you're breathing out through your mouth, take that all breath out totally and see what's happening even with your skin when we just breathing, elevating, trying to focus on that breath a little bit more. And then breathing, when you're breathing out, see how that connective tissue, maybe you can feel that connective tissue under your hand is moving. That little web under your skin is start to move. So next we're going to add a little bit an intentional pull. I don't want to pull too much, but you're gently trying to pull your skin. So we're working on that platysma under, pulling down, but trying to bring your chin a little bit higher. And see how now your body's feeling, how your neck, how your upper body is reacting. You're breathing in. With the breath out, try to gently pull that skin down, but your chin gently reaching up. However, we don't want to crunching anything on the back of the neck. Everything should feel nice and relaxing. Next, just a gentle movement. You're thinking of pulling the skin down, but your chin may be trying to, it's very small and supple. Try to reach a little bit more towards the one side, back to center. And then with the next breath, thinking of the chin going slightly higher. See what's happening when your jaw is clenched. And then see what's happening with your jaw is lovely open. We don't need to open our jaw and mouth. You can just open the jaw slightly inside of your mouth and see how lovely access we're having there. I would like you to place your hand more on the left side. And now we're creating a little bit lateral flexion in that left side of the neck. If you can grab either your knee and thinking of driving your shoulder and scapula down, pulling that skin, that fascia platysma down in here, and see how lovely this feels. And I want to guide you a little bit, but if you feel that this tiny movement doesn't suit your neck or doesn't suit doesn't feel comfortable, search for a little bit different placement, different movement. So we're going to stay here for a moment. Inhale, pulling gently, and then with the exhalation, you're thinking of either bringing your chin slightly higher or maybe try to go a little bit lower. I want to really experiment in here. Nothing, if you close your eyes, really focusing about your own body, you will know that fascia will guide you a little bit and tell you where to go to release the deeper layers. Next, I would like you to find the most comfortable and like you feeling the place you are feels really like beneficial to stay there. And then I would like you just to play and maybe open your jaw, close your jaw. Maybe shift your jaw slightly forward or back. Maybe gently turn your chin down, chin up. It's a little bit experimental movement for us, see what's feeling the best. I quite like also slightly taking my hand back, shoulder back when my chin reaching up, but then trying to bring your shoulders slightly forward when the chin's going down. If that's any good, Try it. Good. We spent in here just a moment, but if you like and you feel this give you some lovely release, then take this later on to your practice and try to do more often. So we're going to change the side, pulling your skin on the right side, taking your head to the side, and you'll probably notice how different this feels from side to side. Inhale, reaching, hold something so and trying to drive your shoulder and scapula down. See how even if it's invisible, how deep this feels in here. Inhale, widen everything, and with the exhalation, try to find that opposition, thinking of your shoulder going down, chin going up, and then gently experiment with the chin up or chin down. Don't force this movement. It's very small and very intuitive movement as well. So try gently moving up and down, keeping that lateral flexion, pulling that skin down. The reason we're doing this, I want to give the upper body a little bit freedom because we're going to flow and move a little bit using quite a lot of upper body today. So that's why I wanted to give you that a little bit warm up to access the body more. Thinking of softening the shoulder. Maybe next time, reach that shoulder a little bit backwards and chin up. And then move that shoulder slightly forward and turn and maybe rotate your entire head and neck and chin down. Again, it's up to you. Especially both sides might feel totally different. Next, find a place feels lovely and really good. Or find a place where you feel tight and you feel you need to spend there a little bit more time. Inhale, open your jaw. Exhale, close your jaw. And then see how different, slightly different position of your jaw might change that feeling on your neck, on your shoulder, on your back, on your chest. Sometimes you may even feel something on the lower back or in the hips. Good, and coming back to the start. We do one more movement here for the neck and a little bit for the shoulder. So I would like you just to create a little bit like a cactus hand in here. You can imagine you hold something or just keeping your palm straight. I don't want that hand to go too far because we're rotating. I would like to keep it slightly forward and see how far we can go to not feeling any pinching pain. We don't want to do that. So next, I'm imagining that shoulder want to go back all the time, but my left hand, it's overpowering this shoulder and will take that across. So this is one of the technique I'm teaching for the connective tissue release. So if you're having any restriction, any problems around the upper body, that really help us create a little bit more range. But the very important is for me to not to go into any pinching pain. So we can either adjust the position of the elbow, don't go too far, just making sure we're not tensing anywhere. So imagine the shoulder going back. So when I'm having my elbow supported with my left hand, I pushing my elbow towards my hand. I feel the activation of that shoulder. Sorry, my cats are going to play around. This is their playtime. Activate those muscles on the back, and now my left hand overpowering and then taking across. So this looks very simple, but this is a little bit like a fighting sensation because I'm constantly going want to go back, but my left hand taking across, I'm fighting and I'm actually shaking here. You should feel the deep sensation on the stretch on the shoulder, sometimes even in between your scapulas. We can also add a little bit neck movement in here. You activating first and then using your left hand to fight. Take your head to the side and come back. We can do one slightly lower with the elbow, see how it feels. So we are activating but pushing that elbow and shoulder back, the left hand taking across. For my body, that lower movement feels really good. I feel really in that between scapulas where we often having so many tension. So give me one more, change the position maybe slightly higher and see if that's any good. Again, a little bit different and might be even more beneficial for you. Relaxing here. You can see if you add, so I don't want to add like 20, 30%. I would like to add about 50, 60, or even 70% of the resistance. So you're really fighting. Looks like a stretch, but we adding more connective tissue release and we also strengthening the muscles at the same time. So now take the other hand here, either make a fist or straight, and now activate by pushing your entire unit, shoulder back and elbow towards the back. Activate. And now take your body across and see how this is feeling. Adjust if we're having any shoulder pain and problem. You're activating here and going across. Try with little bit different position of your elbow, higher or lower, or also take your chin and head more to the side. So activation of the muscles, shortening the muscles first, and then when you're going across, we lengthening the muscles and connective tissue around. So that's help us to improve that joint and shoulder girdle mobility and give us a little bit more range. My last one is a little bit higher. Press, activate, and then take it across. And I'm actually shaking about this after this one and relax. So we did a little bit warm up for the upper body, and that might be really nice when we're going now to add a little bit more flowing movement because you might feel a little bit more freedom around that upper body. So I would like you now to change the position and go into 4-point kneeling. If you have any wrist, if we don't want to load your wrist as much, we don't need to be in that 4-point straight position. We can go slightly farther here so the wrists are really not as loaded. We have a little bit more load on those hips. So find your position, keep your feet flat first. We're going to play with our feet as well to give that connective tissue and to find more mobility. But before we start in here, thinking what's happening with your back, where the back is allocated. Do we flex? Do we sink? How is where we are in the place, thinking of lengthening the crown of your head, thinking of your tailbone going away. And now we're going to think of that breath. So with the inhale, I want everything just go down. With the exhale, I want that ribs coming slightly closer to get towards the hips to finding that strong core. See the difference? I'm inhaling. I'm not actually moving my spine. It's just, see, even your spine is slightly moving because you connect in your core. You're inhaling. Looks like I'm slightly sinking down. It's okay. And with the exhalation, I'm imagining my ribs coming closer towards my hips. And you can see my lower back slightly imprinted. This is a very valuable uh, connection for any other work we're doing. So inhale, relax those abs, and then with the exhalation, bring your ribs and your belly coming a little bit closer towards your spine. Fantastic. So keep that breathing and connection through your movement. And now we're going to spread our fingers. I would like you to, because we work already on the shoulders and the neck, I want to create a little bit like a scapula protraction, retraction, scapula push-ups, if that makes sense. So I'm inhaling, everything sinking here. So the shoulders and scapula are lifted. It's not very attractive position, but we know here to be, look attractive there. It's just want to find a little bit more release and mobility. Thinking with the exhalation, pressing your hands towards the floor and create that protraction with your scapulas. So inhale, we sinking down. Exhale, push up. Look at my elbows. I'm not bending the elbow, so the no push-ups with that. If your ribs, remember, wrist feeling uncomfortable, we can do this one in here. We don't need to be there, so it's up to you. But elbow are soft, slightly pointed to the side, and we only moving that scapulas in here only, but it's so powerful. And because we access those shoulders and scapulas with those gentle but very powerful movements at the beginning, we should have a little bit more access. So next we're going to do, I would like you just to create that lovely connections through your scapulas and your core. You can see it. And now we're moving back and moving forward. Only go as far as your body feel comfortable. We want the load on our bones because we want to make them stronger. We want a little bit load to strengthening, but if there's any pain, we don't want to be there. Good. Keep that core connection all the time. Press not only your palm, press every single finger towards your mat. See how different this feels. Press now, thinking of pressing your pinky finger more. Do you feel something under armpits? It's connecting. Try pressing your ring finger. How different this feels. And maybe the middle finger more. And change that connection through your muscles, going deeper. Think of your thumb. Good. Next, we're going to do the same movement, but I would like to put a little bit more intention. It looks simple, isn't it? However, next, think of incredible 100% press towards the floor and then move away slower. Do you feel that back and back release? Press that energy towards the floor, but your back, everything's going up. Find that connection. Push away, push away, push away, push away. Do you feel it? We don't need weights. We need that intentional movement to find that deeper layers in the body. Good. So next, I would like you just to take a little bit tension away from your wrist. And now thinking of, let me know how your feet going to feel with that. I would like you just to find that a strong upper body and find your core and lifting your knees a little bit. And then transfer into your push back like a almost chine pose. And then lift your knees, activating your core and push back. Remember, every single finger is pressing. Entire palm is pressing. And now we're stretching that connective tissue in front of our feet. We know there very often. How your feet feeling with that? I hope good. Lift a little bit and relax. A little bit different focus now. Can we place that hands to the side? I want to gently transfer from side to side here. See how this is feeling. And now we're going to also transfer that weight from the one side. I want to slightly lift your one knee and push to the other. Small movements. If that feels too much for your wrist, push more weight into your hips. Think of the core really strong, pressing that strong energy towards your mat. Then we're going to turn the palms, fingers towards us. That's quite a lot. Lots of us who work in front of the computer many, many hours. We're not doing enough work for those wrists. but we need them strong. We have a very curious cat looking at you. How this feeling? If that feels uncomfortable, we can do only one, maybe slightly elevate with the cushion or something. So the more less load. Don't push too hard. If you feel so, you can do a single arm. You can roll even a sock or a cushion if it's that too much yet. But believe me, I could not do this movement. But now, so as a progression, we can go and move that body slightly there. We could also do this against the wall, so it's a less weight. So there's a few options here, but it's such a valuable work for that upper body. Perfect. We're going to leave that hands a little bit. If you need to shake them a moment. We're going to focus a little bit more on our feet. We didn't warm up our feet properly, as I will probably do normally, but we don't have as much time. So first we had our feet flat. Put a little bit less weight on your wrists, please. And then we're going to tuck our toes and push that body back. How different. We're going to keep that toes flat. And now push the toes and extend the toes. I love footwork so much. I doing so many workshops around the world working on the feet, ankles, and knees because I believe very often any problems, hip problems, back problems, starting because of our feet. So on the retreat, we're going to work our body inside out and definitely lots of focus on those feet. Good. Can we next turn one foot, two stuck under, one flat? Put a little bit extra weight on your hips. But if you feel comfortable, be there. But if it's too much for your wrist, and now thinking of slightly lifting and going down. We're going only three on that, and then we're changing. Lift. Remember, we're lifting not through the lower back. We tucking the toe, belly in, core, shoulders connection, and then lifting. One more. And core, press the floor with your hands, with your feet, and now switch. Toes tuck under, the other foot is flat. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Use that core, use that powerful shoulder girdle. Everything is working because we warm up. And now we're going to transfer to the down dog next. So you're pressing the hands, toes tucked under. We're going just gently lift the body up, just go in any position feel comfortable and go down. Why not to try and see if you can go into the down dog with your toes pointed down. If you're not ready yet, just go in any position feels comfortable. We're going up. I'm not stretching my legs just now. I'm just listen to my body. My hamstrings are not ready yet. So listen again, go a little bit, but making sure is the back is nice and neutral, hips pushing back and flow for me here. Don't put too much weight on your wrists. Is more weight on my pelvis in here. Can we stay in that down dog with your toes tucked under? Go here thinking of pressing your floor away, the shoulders pressing away. So we could do a little bit shoulder retraction, protraction, or just pushing back. And now thinking of gently stretching those legs and maybe bending and stretch and bend. Push that energy towards your heels, towards your toes, spreading your toes, spreading your fingers, and thinking of flowy movement with your breath. Shall we stay with those legs straight and now think of pushing one heel down and bend your one knee. But I would really want to think of pushing your right hip heel down and the opposite hand there. So we do walking motion, but I don't want to go too fast. You can see I'm slightly kind of twisted, but I'm not twisted because I'm just trying to find that connective tissue, that fascial slings across my body. And then push your heel, push the heel of your hand down, push that hip up. You feel that hip is opening and that a lovely stretch across of your body. We can go much deeper into that calves. Perfect. Give me a couple more. Really intention is to push that heel and opposite heel of the hand down, finding that fascial sling stretches. Amazing. We're going to change that slightly, go down, but only if that your feet can handle it. I love this one. However, I know many of my clients don't like this. But when we started working on the toes, they love that again as well. Anyway, so we're going to try to go into the down dog on the toes. If that doesn't feel comfortable, just continue with your toes like this. But if that feels okay, stay there, reach, push, and back, and push. Stretch that front of your feet and press belly in. Give me one more like this. And we're going to combine a couple of movements together here. So we will have toes tucked under. Push your body back. And remember, I always adding the dynamic invisible resistance towards the floor. Go into your down dog. Pushing down, pushing down. Down, toes flat. Push your energy towards the floor. Go into your down dog here. Back to your toes. Press belly in. Go back. Push a little bit more weight into your toes. Mobilize that arches and your toes. Go back. Push down and down. One more time. We're going to flat. Press up in here and back. I think we did lots of upper body, but I would like to do a little bit side work because I feel like the body will be a little bit uneven. So the mermaid position is not always comfortable if you have any hip issues. So you can either have your legs, you can sit on a block, you can have your legs straight. You can also sit on a chair. I will show you the option here. So normal mermaid, we are there. I quite like to have a cushion or so the hip, keeping hips. But I know if we're having hip issues, this is impossible and it's very, very uncomfortable. So I will show you very quickly because very important for me is to, because I know we can do that side bend on the chair, having the one leg here, one there. No, no tension on our hips. So that is very important for me. We always can find a solution. So I'll show you for everyone have the tension on the hips. We can hold the chair and we can go into that side bend. So we have an amazing stretch on that hip flexors and no tension. And when you do rotation, you can do this rotation this way. But if you're comfortable, we're going to either sit on the floor or using any small prop to help us. I quite like my block as well. So when we're sitting in a mermaid, sinking both hips down, making sure we're not shrinking, we are growing taller. Pressing both sitting bones. One hand going down, and so we can reach and then going down, landing, reaching there. But here I want that opposition, as with everything. You're pushing your hip down and you're thinking of your fingers going to the side. Think of your pinky finger, the finger, and just send that energy. See how different this feels when you're reaching the arm like that. Or you're slightly rotating your palm and reaching like this, or turning the other way, or even in this way. Nothing wrong because human's body is absolutely incredible. If we constantly do in one way, we only access one part of the body. But that fascia slings, that muscles are everywhere. So now find the position of your hand feels the most beneficial for you. Shoulders not there, go there. And now try to sinking down as much as you can, reaching more. And now I'm trying gently rotate my body and rotate my body there. Sometimes I quite like to support my head and pull my head in here. We're gonna go higher. So you traction slightly, creating a space in the vertebrae and thinking of sending the energy towards your elbow. So you're reaching that elbow up, 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 and then to the side bend, and then reaching that elbow down, and then circling that elbow and reaching up and feeling that. If your neck doesn't like this, place your hand in front of the head. It's a little bit like a drama queen here. But that help us to maybe find that alignment when you're having any problems. So now my hand pressing towards the head, hand towards the hand towards the head, hand, you know what I mean. There, so finding that connection, and we can do that rotation here as well. So choose your version. My favorite is pulling there. So I'm staying with my option. I'm going try to go a little bit lower. Reaching, 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 searching for more, pushing the hips down. Looking for more range every single time. And then reaching that hand, push my entire forearm to help me to come up. We switch in the side, so switch your legs position. Thinking of finding the equal. Sometimes I know it's maybe ladylike, but I quite like to grab the one cheek, another cheek. So making sure we're really finding that foundation there. Nice and tall. Reaching the hands to the side. Try to landing down. See how the side feeling. Remember, play with that hand position. Either reach more with your pinky finger or reaching more with your thumb or tiny rotation of your palm. Not only the palm, not only the wrist, entire shoulder lifting. And maybe try this way. See how it feels. Then we're going down and trying just to find the length, pushing your hip down towards the floor. I mean, imagine my hips are having like a 10 kilos on top to dropping down and reaching that hand. Thinking of slightly rotating my torso. Hips are staying stuck. It's just that rotation happening in your mid back, in your rib cage, and come back. Choose your position. Either the hand, pull your neck, creating the traction, but my head pressing towards the hand to activate. Go into that little side bend and reach your elbow down. Think of that elbow leading the movement, going into the rotation. I do one more here and then we will try the other placement. And maybe this other side, like the other placement more. Create your drama queen movement. My cat's having fun. I wish you can see them. I can see them in front of me and just make me smile. Press and reaching down and reaching all the way up. And we finish. I go into my favorite options. We finish with a little deeper movement, reaching. Send your hip bone, your knee away from your elbow to trying to find more range. Sorry for my voice, but I'm really trying to find that opposition, like a three-dimensional movement here, And I'm shaking after the one movement, pushing yourself up and coming back to me. Okay, how you feeling? So I think that's for today. We found a little bit, hopefully, range and release and strength around the upper body. However, what I want to tell you in the retreats, especially in Fricada retreat, what we're going to do, we're going to dive deeper in our bodies. So we will move minimum twice a day. We will do the first morning class more Pilates, uh, so movement with the props. I love props, so we're going to dive with different props just to find whole body. However, every evening we will dive deeper into particular parts of our bodies. We do workshops. We strip down, we dive, we do mobility work, we do fascial work, we'll do all the combination. So and because it's a small and very intimate retreat, I not only for you for that few hours. I will for you for whole retreat. Anytime you want to ask the questions, I also will offer one-to-one sessions. I also will offer in I just want to be for you, just to give you as much support, as much understanding, so we can just practice and find our bodies again. So that's why I think it's very special. We also I'm also certified with connective tissue release, kinetic chain release. I can offer some little bit deeper hands-on movement as well. So that is all included. And I know the retreat for me is I don't want to finish this retreat when we go away home. I just want to give you the tools and I want to give you work to do and be with me later on as well. Because when we're going to dive, your body might feel good. We're going to dive and do lots of movements, but to make the changes, we need to move and practice more often. So every participant joining the retreat will go away, go home with the courses, online courses, will go with the manuals I have, depending what they like. They like manuals, do you like the course? And also access to my online platform where I do monthly workshops where you can ask questions, where we can be a community. So I don't want to that workshop just to finish after 6, 7 days. I just want no workshops. The retreat. I want to be our retreat that we on our retreat for a whole year after. So that is my goal, and I hope that little practice. I usually practice with the props, so I'm not practicing very often like today. I love just to play and change and do lots of different things, but a little that my practice shows. So the movement is much more deeper. It's deeper, but also means is much more intentional, and we're working totally different levels. I working a lot of with the woman perimenopause or menopause, and I know how important it is to strengthening our bones. Pilates very often is no on the mat, no loading, very much mat work related, but I transferring the movements from the mat to upright standing. Love working on loading the bones because we need that. We need to work on the balance, on stability. We need to work on the wider aspect. So that is my practice. If you've got any questions, please let me know. But I would like you now to, I think I remove my pen and Anna can maybe add some more. And I don't know, if you've got any questions to me, please let me know. How are you feeling after? Sorry, I never even asked you. I'm so rude.
I feel amazing. It's quite hard on the wrists for me. I've got arthritis in the wrist, but as you said, just altering the position slightly can help a lot. And I love going deeper, and you can stretch more and you're more open.
So that's
It's
why,
wonderful.
because when we just accessing the muscles, we can't go far because the connective tissue is around everything. So I'm obsessed with that because when I had a hip replacement surgery, I tried lots of different movements and everything just back to like this. And then when I started studying the connective tissue more, it's like, oh, that makes sense. When I focus on my connective tissue. So for example, here, have a look. Before the surgery, my hip was like, I could not go farther. Now I'm sitting like this, and this is my most comfortable position. So this is only when I started focusing on releasing connective tissue around my joints, around that, so that's techniques. That's why I think what I do is a little bit more, I don't know. But anyway, I quite like that you like it and you feel the difference. Anyone, how you feel with that? Sorry, I'm just going to put my top on.
Yeah, loved that class. Thank you very much. It was really, really informative and pleasant to do. Not too, I get a bit freaked out with some classes that are too, I just feel they're too much for me. I used to do quite a lot of yoga, but I haven't done any the last couple of years. I had some knee issues, which didn't need to be operated or anything, but because I haven't moved very much, I feel very sort of, like you said, so I think for me, it's just sort of beginning to move again, release a bit. I do, understand about the what you call it, modifications, um, which I have to do sometimes, and I
You
just
see, I
sort of
love
go at
because
a
we need to layer. We all having unique bodies. We have unique journeys, and we need that modifications. And I love layering the exercise. Sometimes we feel like, oh, when you see the main exercise, like impossible for me. But when you prepare your body and add the right connection, because we overworking or overloading joints because we're not activating the muscles right. When you prepare your body, you find, okay, this muscle switch on, switch more, switch. Okay, I've got my switch on muscles, and then you're not loading your joints. So that's for me is very important just to first tuning, going deeper to find those little ticks, we can just find, okay, switch, 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 switch. And then it's like, suddenly it's like, oh my God, I can do this movement. I thought I was not going to be able. But because we just, through our life, our busy life, we just switching off so many things. So we just need to reconnect, and that is all about that fire we're going to create we're going to find a deeper fire, deeper layers in our body to switch on and find that again. So that is very important for me in my practice. Thank you, Zoe. Anna, would you like to add anything or
Yes. So
Margarita?
thank you, Adri. For me, it was also very uh, joyful and very relaxing because Sundays tend to be heavy. So it was nice to have some movement into my day. I loved the side work because I always feel so rigid in my back and in my hips as well as you have like different issues with my hips. So I love the side work. I love your approach to the class and to the people as well. For us, on a retreat, it's always important that the teacher, apart from being a great teacher, can also sense the group and can read the class and can read the people, the different needs that appear on a retreat, especially because when a different group of people come together and it's not the usual class that the teacher walks in, then there are different, as you said, backgrounds, different bodies, different needs. So for us, it's very important that the teacher can come close to everyone and everyone can feel at ease with the work that has been done within the room. So it's something that we always take into account. And thank you for bringing it up. And also, Zoe, thank you for mentioning it. So what we always try to create is a safe space for everyone. I know that many people, especially beginners, people who come, beginners on a retreat, I mean, someone who joins a retreat for the first time, I know people are always a bit stressed how it's going to be, how it's going the practice to be. Am I going to be not very advanced or too advanced? So everyone is wondering how the levels and the different backgrounds are going to be. So we make sure that everyone is welcome in the same way, and that everyone has their own space and time to do what they want to do. We have a suggested schedule, and we're invited to be together, but everyone is also welcome to be as alone as they want to be and to do as much as they want. You might want to stay for the entire class of asana. It's a beautiful thing to do. So we have a schedule. I'll go through like the rough schedule of the day. We tend to start around 8 o'clock with a little snack, morning snack, and tea and coffee and a little juice. And then we move into the sala. We have a beautiful open, I mean, it's a covered sala, but with an open view to the Aegean. From 8 until 9:30 or 10 is depend how long the class lasts. Normally is around 75 minutes. So we take our morning class. Morning classes tend to be more rigorous, more dynamic. Again, depends on the teacher. And then we'll go to our brunch. As I said, we have an in-house chef, someone who prepares everything for us. We try to bring everything that is local. So either from the island or around the other islands like Naxos, Paros, Amorgos. They all have different products and different local delicacies for the people to try. Our chef prepares whatever she can by herself, from the bread that she makes, from microgreens that she grows, from her own kombucha, pies, everything that she can create by herself. So I have a brunch around 11, and then people are free to do as they like. Or we have an excursion, like the second day we have our boat trip where we visit an uninhabited island and deserted beaches or waters that we wouldn't be able to access ourselves. We have a little lunch on board, and then we return to the villa altogether. Some other day we might have a workshop. Last year with the beautiful clay workshop based on the Cycladic tradition of ceramics and on feminine figurines. On another day, our chef, she did a beautiful spinach pie workshop where everyone did their own pie with our own materials and products, and it was really fun. We might have a Greek dance class, so depends what we want to add in. Before the retreat starts, like normally a month or so, we send you the schedule so you know what's there. We try not to reveal everything, so there might be a few surprises, but most part of the retreat should be laid out. Then we return around, there is always lunch or leftovers or something in the main house where we all gather. So if someone wants to go, they can go and serve themselves. Or you can take a little supper on the beach and enjoy by the pool or on the beach and then return. The beach is a 50-minute walk from where we are. And then around 5, we tend to return back to the sala for the late afternoon class. Those classes tend to be more restorative, more slow, more what people need. Or sometimes we might have a workshop or a masterclass, a longer format class where the teacher would like to emphasize on a specific area of the body or on a theme. And then around 7 is dinner time. Again, we gather all together around the table, and it's my favorite time because it's when everyone is relaxed, where stories are told, where all the laughs are happening. I love, this is the time where we bond, the time where we come together. And then we might share a cacao or a mountain tea, a little cake, a little dessert. There's always there. And sometimes what I've seen people doing is they might either gather on a beautiful sunset spot that we have, or they might walk. They might take their tea and the blanket because in June or September where we do our retreats, nights might be a bit more chilly, and they might take a little walk. around the site. Antiparos is very well known for the hiking trails. And most of the times we also include the hiking to a beautiful little church, which is further uphill. Again, it's moderate, easy to access for everyone. We have sticks for whoever wants. So whatever we add on the retreat, we make sure safety comes first and people are supported with either an expert, the teacher is with us, and either myself or Margie is always with a group. So we are there with you 24/7 to support your journey. And that also goes for the time before, where we'll help with the itinerary, with tips, people who might want to do island hopping, hop on a different island, go to Athens. We can help with any kind of journey you want to do when you are in Greece. So I think more or less this is what I have to say from my side. I don't know if you'd like to ask something, or if Margie, if I've forgotten something. I don't know if you've been on a retreat before. Can I ask this? Okay. I know it's a big decision for someone to take. It's a big commitment. I know very well what it means to commit to something like that, which might take place, 6 months from now, 7 months from now, and the money that go behind, and the obligations that everyone has in order to live for a week. I'm a mom of two, so I know what it means for me to take myself on my own retreats. What I have to say is that it's a beautiful gift to the self, and for me throughout the years is what saved me for the whole of my year. So this little pot of time that I dedicate to myself and to the people that I meet on every retreat is my most treasured time alone, and what
This is
keeps me
beautiful what you
sane.
say, Anna, because
This is not the selling part. This is my honest opinion.
this is a
So
beautiful
yes.
what you say, Anna, because I feel the same. I ran a couple of retreats, but the places I found they haven't been as intimate, would I say, and it's just having everything in a one place and create a beautiful group. And I also, when I'm working and doing retreats, I need to connect with the host. And from the first moment I met Anna, I just feel like I know Anna for, I don't know, all my life. And that is very important for me, that when I do something like this, it's not I'm coming only teach. I want to give my energy and everything to all students and participants. And it's actually quite selfish as well, because all the participants give me a lot. So even as an intense time, because I'm teaching, creating, and trying just to give as much support to all participants, but I receiving a lot as well, and that give me the power and energy for the next year to same, like the next time I do the retreat. So I think it's very powerful. It's not only for participants, because I know how participants feeling after, but I think also very powerful and empowering for us as well. So it's like a two-way energy. This is like I teach. I love that two-way energy, that three-dimensional resistant. So I feel like those retreats give us that. So it's and I think that you Anna create a beautiful Margie. You create a lovely safe space. And I think that is very important, because sometimes places can, yeah, every space is different, but I think you create a beautiful energy around that, and I really, really can't wait to be part of what you created.
Good. For us, the same, because this is not a hotel. The location is an entity. There are 5 different homes and apartments. Each home has their own terrace, their own little pool. Some are twins, some are shared, or some can be single, depends on the type that the participant chooses. But then we also have common spaces that we share, the terraces where we eat, the
So
big
you
pool.
find your own space, or you can be with. So
Exactly.
it's like lots of options, so everybody
Yes,
can. Yeah.
because I've hosted retreats in hotels and it feels different. It doesn't feel as homey and
Yeah.
as personal. Somehow you need your privacy, and on a hotel that might be
And that is a
disruptive.
retreat.
I
Retreat
love the
means
people
you need
around.
to, yes, yeah.
Yeah, you need some quiet as well, some quiet
Can I
time.
just say something on that point?
Yeah,
I've been to Yorgos, where we're going. I've stayed there, and it is the most beautiful place. And
yeah,
one time I stayed there, I was on the terrace doing some yoga, well, just sitting actually, and it was early in the morning. You know, that view down to the bay there, just stunning.
yes,
And it was really, really quiet. But then I suddenly heard this noise that was like it was sort of like a boof, boof sound, like really faint, but getting louder over a few minutes. And what it was, as the noise got louder, was a bird. And I could hear it from so far away. Like that's
Incredible.
it, the place was. Um, and it is a stunning spot. It's beautiful. And the houses are all lovely, lovely. And the terraces are gorgeous. I went with my husband, who's a writer, and he found complete, you know, peace to write. So yeah, it's gorgeous, gorgeous place.
yeah.
Fantastic.
They
Thank
also
you.
do writers retreats and residencies. The owners are beautiful people, and we
Yes.
tend to work with people that somehow we have the same culture and mentality, and they have respected the way they have built it and renovated all the houses. It's so close to the Cycladic architecture and to nature that I really love how it is made.
Lovely. Mm.
But thank you, everyone. And I know it's time to wrap it up. You can send us any questions. Margie is going to share a little discount code for everyone here. Is 150 euros off for anyone who wants to join for the month of January, and the code is on fire on checkout. Um, it was lovely practicing with you and meeting you.
Thank you.
Suzanne and Elena and Zoe, thank you very much. I hope we meet you again, either in the blue or on the screen. And thank you very much for making the time today.
Thank you. Thank you
Thank you,
very much.
everyone, to
Have
moving
a
with me.
wonderful
Thank you,
Sunday,
everyone.
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 Bye, Adri.
Bye.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.